3 a.m. Nearly 20 miles from shore, amidst the dark ocean and relentlessly roaring waves, a group of fishermen clung to their boat's deck. They had been working continuously for 17 hours. Their arms ached, their clothes soaked with seawater, but no one dared stop. Their sole objective was to pull in the last of their tuna before dawn. However, even after expending almost all their strength, no one could be sure this trip would yield enough to sell at the market the following morning. When the fresh tuna sashimi slices were placed on the table, few knew where they came from. Nor did anyone care how much sweat and danger the fishermen had risked to bring them ashore. From small boats off the coast of Maine to large-scale fishing fleets operating in the waters off West Africa, millions of fishermen around the world are still making a living day and night on the ocean. This is an industry worth hundreds of billions of dollars annually. But behind those enormous figures are countless stories that are rarely told. These include forced labor, illegal fishing fleets, long voyages lasting months without ever setting foot on land, and the ever-present dangers lurking at sea. Hank, a veteran fisherman in California, says that a squid, once pulled from the water, must be chilled within 3 minutes. Even a few minutes slower can significantly reduce the quality of the meat and potentially decrease its commercial value by tens of %. Elsewhere in the world, Rafid, a fisherman in India, spent 6 months adrift at sea. During that time, he never set foot on land and received no wages. So, who is ultimately bringing the seafood to our tables? Are you sure the tuna you're enjoying was legally caught? Or did it come from an unmarked vessel operating in remote, unregulated waters? Each squid, each crab, each slice of fish on your plate carries a very different story. It could be the result of modern fishing technology in Japan. But it could also be the product of uncontrolled fishing in distant waters. So, are we truly enjoying the precious gifts the ocean bestows upon us? Are we inadvertently contributing to a fishing system that still has too many dark corners? Join us as we step into a world few have ever witnessed, where millions of tons of seafood are caught each year amidst rough seas, darkness, and ever-present dangers. As night falls over the California coast, Hank, a 42-year-old fisherman with over 20 years of experience, begins his all-night hunt. On his nearly 30-meter-long boat, dozens of 1,200-watt metal lamps are switched on one after another. The bright white light tears through the darkness and illuminates the sea surface for hundreds of meters. But these lamps aren't for navigation. They're used for a completely different purpose. That is, to attract squid. Squid are instinctively attracted to light. The stronger the light, the more squid gather. However, the opportunity only presented itself during the first few hours of the evening. If they arrived late, the squid would quickly move to another area, and the chance would be lost. The ship had over 20 automatic fishing reels operating simultaneously. Each reel was equipped with dozens of specialized luminous lures designed specifically for catching squid. These lures were lowered to a depth of 20 to 30 meters. As soon as a squid latched onto the lure, the system automatically pulled the line to the surface. The squid was then detached from the hook. The line was immediately lowered again. The entire process was completed in less than 10 seconds. Dozens of reels operating simultaneously made the entire ship operate like a never-ending production line. On a good night, Hank's ship could catch nearly 14 tons of squid. But catching them was only the beginning. More importantly, they must be preserved immediately. Each squid must be placed in supercooled seawater or crushed ice within 3 minutes of being brought aboard. If delayed, the meat will lose its firmness and the selling price can drop by up to 40%. The storage tanks are always maintained at a temperature between 0 and 2 degrees Celsius to ensure the best quality before processing. In the United States alone, people consumed over 160,000 tons of squid in 2023. The majority of the supply comes from the waters of California and Oregon. However, nearly 60% of the squid sold on the market is still imported from China, Peru, and Indonesia. Notably, many shipments are almost impossible to trace back to their source. If you had to choose, you would buy a squid with a clearly traceable origin for $10. Or would you choose a cheaper product without knowing where it was caught or by whom? If squid fishing is a race against time under bright lights in the middle of the night, then lobster fishing is a game of patience and discipline.